What's up, party people in the building?
You sleep in your diamonds, Vivica.
If I get too drunk the night before, and then
Lisa Ray drinking a real drink.
Big deal.
This is my fourth one.
we have a lot to be grateful for.
I'm grateful for this pina colada, ladies.
Okay.
Let's get it popping.
Let's get it, girl. Let's do it.
Hey, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome back to another episode of Cocktails with Queens. We've been waiting for this just like I know you all have. So without further ado, let me introduce my beautiful and esteemed co-host. First and foremost, actress, producer, and director, Miss Vivica A. Fox. Hello, Viv.
Hello there, darling. Sorry, I have the luxury of the hotel drinking cup, but I made it.
And I see you still found some wine.
I did, girl, at the last minute.
I love it. Well, we're happy to hear that you made it. I know you've been busy and you're out there just working every single day. So
Doing my best.
please welcome businesswoman and actress, Miss Lisa Ray. Hello, Lisa Ray.
What's happening out there, y'all? And how are you, queens?
Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, girl.
Lisa.
Hey.
Hey.
We have
Okay.
a lot of pink going on tonight and reddish hues tonight.
Oh, I see. Well, you talking about just me or Viv got pink on?
Yep, and I'm reddish. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, I got the whole pride stripes going on. I'm just trying to figure out these bangs on this wig, child. I'm pushing them the wrong direction, but that's all right though. I'm playing a character, y'all. So you know.
You working.
Okay.
Speaking of working, please welcome Grammy-nominated singer and our fitness guru, our beautiful singer, Miss Selena Johnson. Hey, girl, looking pretty.
Hello, everybody. Good evening, lovely, beautiful ladies, queens.
Good evening,
How are you?
Selena.
Everybody-
Again, thank you, queens, for your donations to the KG Superstars. Really, really excited. We're almost at our goal, and our boys will be able to have a full free, trip to the nationals to play for a championship, try to bring back home, I'm saying, some hardware, try to turn up,
Yes, your boy be playing ball, girl. I'm not the sports guru, that's Vivica. She be at the Sparks, she be at
Right.
She be over there fighting next to you.
Vivica used to hoop. She knows.
She'll ask me, I'll be like, I don't know if I can
Real
hang
talk.
with you. You know what I'm
Real
saying?
talk. I do
Yeah.
love my
So I know
sports.
she was gonna donate.
I do.
I donated out of love for the kids, so I'm
Oh.
glad that we were able to contribute.
But
Selena,
whatever
as a matter of
reason, I
fact, your
appreciate
son
it.
was player of the game this week, right?
He was player of the game. It was a Kenny Smith Champions tournament, and they lost in the semifinals, but he averaged like 20-some points each game. So
Right.
I'm very proud of him. He's coming into his own. He's only 13 years old.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
He's already
Very nice.
6'2". 6'2".
Okay,
Take the wheel.
Dickham's coming through, okay? Because
Yeah.
when you sent us the plays, I was like, okay, Selena's son.
I said,
Oh,
"This is my baby." He's like a grown man with a baby face.
It is. And of course,
like-
we must introduce our hostess with the most,
Yes.
Miss Claudia Jordan.
Yes, Claudia Jordan, down to the Africa, honey. Yes.
I was in Africa and I finally got to donate to your son today. I couldn't do it. I was in Ghana and I guess they have a block where I couldn't use PayPal.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah,
I finally got
make
to do it.
sure. Yeah.
I had a great time, and I encourage everyone to get over to the motherland and pick a country, any country, and just go explore and learn the history.
I'm
It's
gonna
nothing
call
like
you because I want to know
Yeah.
about all those restaurants that you went to because I'm going to Ghana next week for a movie and I'll be there. So
Oh, I got you. We went to some really amazing restaurants, and I'm a food snob, and I don't like nothing that's good for me.
okay, all right.
And I really had some really good food. I was pleasantly surprised. And all the talk about malaria, mosquitoes. I see more mosquitoes here in Dallas than
Yeah.
I seen over in Ghana, and it was really nice. And the
Good.
people and Ghana is rated the second most peaceful country in the whole entire continent of
Oh,
Africa.
I
So
love to hear
Right.
that.
Thank
Love
I went to
hear
the- And at the most, and I'm gonna move on after this. The castle I went to, the slave castle, where they would house our ancestors in the basement in the dungeon, and on top of the dungeon, where all the atrocities were happening, was a church, and the master suite had all these windows facing the ocean, and it was just like the contrast and just hearing about the things that those evil crackers used to do to us. I'm just like, oh my goodness. My mom was calling me, and my mom's white. My mom was calling me. I was like, I'm gonna call you later. I can't talk to you right now.
Girl.
You were shaking it out against her, Claudia.
It ain't
He
even
was
her
like
fault.
colonizer.
I'm
Her
like, you
people
with that?
was a fool though. Her ancestors.
Yes, it's your
I
fault.
mean, I'm just saying, it was just hard for me. But anyways, hey, let's get into some hot topics real quick.
Okay.
Our girl, Wendy Williams. We talk about Wendy Williams a little bit, but you know what? We got to talk about this today. Did y'all see the pictures going on the internet? She was spotted on like a little brunch date with Ray J. Did y'all see that?
Oh, that ain't nothing. That no.
Yeah.
No.
She's
No.
definitely been feeling herself lately. I mean, last week, Lisa Ray, she flirted with DeBrat. And
She
DeBrat had
told
to
me.
shut that down with the
told me
quickness.
Like she asked
The
her.
quickness. She's like, girl, I said you're fly. Not, I almost fell out. I said, go on, DeBrat. Go on, DeBrat. She said that. She's like, oh, no, you will not.
Well, you know, Ray J did used to. I mean, I don't know if this is true, but didn't he used to
Allegedly.
finagle around with Whitney? So he's
Yeah.
a little older now.
Yeah. You know, Selena, I'm going to tell you, a lot of the younger guys, they trust me. You know, I know. Similac always coming my way.
Well, you're different, Vivica. I mean, you just forever young, honey. You ain't out here like that. Okay? You're looking like you're every bit of 25 every 15 minutes.
Thank you.
So,
Well, thank you, but yeah.
It does make sense though, because listen, they all know that when women get to be in their 40s and sometimes in the 50s, listen, the sex drive comes back for a lot of us. And then the young men and Ray J, we all seen his stroke game. I think he's trying to drop off some D. Maybe.
I don't think so.
Lisa Ray.
Oh, okay. Did she shut that down with the quickness or what?
You don't think that
Ray's not making his money though? You know, definitely.
And an opportunity.
Yes.
Oh, wait,
Probably over there talking up to her about like doing a movie or figuring out the next.
Well, let's
movie
just
for him
stay
and
tuned.
Princess.
We'll come back to that.
Yeah.
You know what? I just remembered, my bad. And no disrespect to Princess Love. They are back together. So I'm sure. And I know he is trying to make it work with her. And Princess Love is one of the most beautiful girls out there.
Oh,
Okay,
sure.
she is gorgeous,
Stunning.
but let's just call a spade spade. What was he doing out of brunch with Wendy? Because Wendy been flirting with everybody lately.
Well, maybe they are doing a business deal. They might be doing a business deal. Maybe they're trying to get.
That is true. It's not always when you see two people together that you know is going on like popcorn. But
and we have all been accused of being with someone we've been spotted out with. What's the wildest person that someone's attached you to that you're like, that so did not happen? Anyone got someone?
Everybody that I ain't never been with.
I haven't had anyone. I don't think I've been. I'll move on to EL. I'm like the G in lasagna, honey. I'm silent. I don't be up top. So I don't.
G in lasagna.
I'm silent.
Okay.
I'm
The
silent.
G is silent. Okay, I get that.
You know what, y'all? I caught that a little late. I'm not gonna even lie.
I got that from Lil Wayne. He said that in one of his songs.
Okay.
Hilarious.
Oh my God.
I remember, I used to go on the Tom Joyner
Oh,
cruise.
I got one, Claudia. I was literally having lunch with my friend Paul on Melrose, and Melrose, come on. You know what I mean? And the next day there was like Vivica and mystery date having lunch. And I was like, baby, he's batting for the other team.
Okay, wait a minute. Then. I got one too then.
Okay.
I went to dinner with Chris Stokes. And when we came out, they didn't really even know who he was, but they linked me and saying, well, one thing's for sure, we know if Lisa Ray is with him, he's rich. And it was like,
They ain't lying.
me.
I mean,
They gave him a compliment.
I have been, everybody I stand next to, I've allegedly screwed or tried to break up their marriage. So Tom Joyner, that was a rumor that will not go away. I used to go on his cruise. And then after that, I would see his son, Oscar, around. I'd be like, hey, stepson. And it would be a whole joke. But they really tried to push that one. And I did a video with Benzino. And I was like, no, that's not true either. But my list is long of the people that I supposedly screwed. I'm like, I wish I had as much fun as y'all said I did. But
Girl, okay.
Right.
Anyways, Selena, be happy you're not in that. It's annoying. It's annoying when you're really dating someone and they say you with someone else. You're like, no, for real, I wasn't really with them.
Well, I was married too. I was married.
So right though, because like I love sports, so I go to like a lot of sporting events, and I have a lot of guy friends, and and they need to learn to let us know that it's okay for you to have guy friends. Y'all can be cool with it, because most of the time the guy friends are
coolest.
calling me so they can hook up with one of my friends. They ain't even, they're like, yo, Vic, so check it out. It ain't even about me.
Isn't it weird that I think people are less evolved that think you cannot have a platonic friendship with a man and that's all it is. I think that's a cavemanish way of thinking that man plus woman equals sex. No, maybe I'm picking his brain. Maybe that's my boy. Or
well, remember, that's what Steve Harvey said. Steve Harvey said that men cannot have women as friends. And I never said anything about it. But I was like, since when? Because I have a lot of male friends. That's my friends. That is just my boy. I know they wives, some are single, whatever. But I don't want to be uncomfortable around my friends. If you got something you like in me on the under, keep it with you by yourself, because don't make it uncomfortable, because then there will be something. But you can absolutely be friends with the opposite sex. I like that, because then there's no competition there. You like what you like, I like what I like, and I can tell you advice, you can give me advice. It's great.
And can I tell you, the older that I've gotten, I've learned the best way to start a relationship with a guy is to be friends first. Because like real talk, at first, the flesh is weak. I used to dive in the shallow in the cool head first. You know what I mean? Like, oh, he fine. Oh, I'm dope. And then like, oh,
you say you want some head first. What you say? What you say?
You know.
Here we go.
What is going on right now?
What always go on?
I heard head. I mean,
within the first 15 messy. Here's my Messy Mondays. Salute, Messy Mondays.
I have. What about the Jada Pinkett and Tupac? Weren't they platonic friends?
Oh yeah, they said that. I honestly believe that, because they, went to that school, went in Philadelphia of art and stuff like that, and I think that was just like a great respect for each other on the friend things. Like some friends, you're like, no, I don't want to hit that.
You don't want to mess it up.
My homie, yeah, you don't want to mess it up, because you already know once you go there, it's most likely gonna mess it up. So I just say that, like, ladies, learn, like, the older you get, like, to be friends with someone first. It's so dope, and it'll last longer.
Some of my best advice, and I had a guy friends that have talked me off the ledge about relationships, giving me the other perspective, because you talk to your girlfriends, that's great advice too. But like hearing it from a platonic male friend that is not trying to get at you, even if it's in the back of his mind, but he's not actively trying to get with you. I think those are valuable friendships. I think there's nothing wrong with that.
Agreed. I got some great advice from a friend of mine this past week. Like, when you're interested in someone, like, what's the best way that if you want to get someone's attention, and it's to act like you don't care, like, touching a little bit, you know what I mean? Because, then that way it's kind of like it still leaves a little bit of mystery there.
That's good advice. What I think we need to probably talk about that in one of our queendom segments, but we got to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more Cocktails with Queens. We got a whole bunch of good topics and pregnancy news here. We'll be right back.
Oh.
Welcome back to Cocktails with Queens. We have a whole bunch of stories to get through. Plus, later on in the show, the legendary Stephanie Mills will be joining us, so you do not want to miss that. Stick around, because she is another queen. She is the queen, and she'll be with us. All right. Last night, during Cardi B's performance at the BET Awards with the Migos, she made the cutest pregnancy announcement. She rolled out with her belly out and basically announced to the world she's having baby number 2. What do y'all think about the news? How she did it? Did you see it?
Yes.
I
thought it was awesome. What an amazing surprise. And I mean, that's the one thing you love about Cardi B. I believe that, out of all the reality stars, why Cardi B is so loved is that she is so raw and so real and in your face. And I'm glad, after the challenges that her and her husband went through, that now it's like they have a happy ending. I saw that she made a statement today, and she said, we prayed together, we stayed together, we went through the trials and tribulations together, and God has blessed us with a new angel. So it seems like they both growed up. But what I love more than anything else is the way with that belly, she was still able to drop it and bring it on back up.
I was nervous.
Yeah. Very tasteful too. She looked good.
Yes, agreed, Lisa Ray. Agreed.
Yeah,
I love Cardi B. I just think she's so cute. She's like such a lovable. She was the lovable underdog that defied the odds. Remember on Love and Hip Hop, the one DJ didn't want to even like work with her. Like they didn't want to like. And then she just ended up becoming like such a huge superstar. And
Yeah.
I think she gives hope to women that she kind of shows you can have it all. You know, I know a lot of us, including myself, I like put off pregnancy and all that kind of stuff, thinking like career. And she's doing it all. And I'm just like, wow, like she's literally pregnant and dropping down into a whole eagle. I don't know what that dance is, but I can't do that. And I'm not
heels. In
Right,
heels,
like-
no less.
But it was tasteful. It was just like to show like, hey,
Yeah.
I still am sexy. You know,
Yeah.
I'm pregnant, but I still look good. But it didn't get like stank where you kind of went, okay, now
And
that's
she
too
knew
much.
too, because when she got backstage, she said, "Child, Megan, go get the award. I think I did too much."
Yeah,
Go
she
ahead."
said I did too much.
And then
And
Megan
she had on heels and everything.
And then she said, "Well, how you gonna accept the award on my behalf? And it was my song. I put you on. You mentioned my name. Go back out there, girl."
Yeah,
And
so
I
we
heard
was
that
like,
Megan
girl.
corrected
Cardi
it.
B.
Yeah, I heard that Megan corrected it immediately.
Yeah.
This weekend I saw the Fast and Furious,
Mm.
and Cardi B was in the film, child. I said, "Come on
Yes.
now." So she's just out here, like you said, still living her life, and that
Yes.
is the myth that we can't have babies and still be career women and still have husbands and families. That is all a myth. I remember when Erykah Badu did Tyrone, and she was on stage pregnant, and she did Tyrone. She was pregnant through that whole situation. Beyonce came out with Love on Top, opened up her shirt. Remember that?
And was pregnant too.
And was
Yes, I
pregnant.
love it.
So, you know,
I
these
love it.
women,
Now
I
they
love
do
it.
Gender reveals. Now they just, now the pregnancy reveals has got, you got to top one. You got to top the next.
Mhm.
Oh, exactly.
Right.
Well, that was definitely an amazing surprise. She was trending last night. So congratulations to Cardi B.
Yes.
And Quavo, right? It's Quavo. 'Cause I
Offset.
know
No, it's
Offset.
Offset.
Yes. Oh,
Also
right. 'Cause
performed-
Off-
She also
You
performed, remember, at Coachella when she was pregnant last time with Culture.
Oh,
They
okay.
used
So
to get
the
down there and let
award
it happen.
shows are a little something on, a little,
If you can come on down the canal, you know what I mean? So you can
And you know
that
what?
WAP.
Did you see that she posted these beautiful pictures
Yeah, they were
with
gorgeous.
Culture touching her stomach, and
Oh,
they look like the baby. Culture is such a beautiful baby girl,
She's
and
so
she's holding
cute.
touching her mom's stomach, and just beautiful pictures. So we're really happy. Also, congratulations to Erica Mena and Safari. They had their baby today as well.
Oh,
They
did
had,
it
they
really?
had another baby?
Okay,
I didn't even
wait,
know
I got
that.
to ask about this though. I got to ask about this because they was trying to say that Safari wasn't gonna be in the delivery room because they had
Ooh.
banned him out of the Safari. That's what they were saying. So was he there, Claudia?
I don't know. I'm trying to find out. Let's see if our sources can tell us.
The question
Come on,
is, are they
sources.
going to raise the
Come on,
baby together?
sources.
Okay, I think
I heard that they weren't together anymore. That he
This-
Exactly. That's why supposedly he got banned from the delivery room.
so. He did post a picture. Sources are coming in. Hold on. Okay,
Uh-oh.
sources. Okay,
Satellite.
That was
Satellite.
fake. That was fake. So Safari did post a picture, and he was holding the baby, and he posted a picture of himself in the delivery room. So in the
So he
room,
was there.
So he was there. So.
Congratulations.
Okay, great. Absolutely.
Speaking of congratulations, oh my goodness, I'm such a huge fan of the Olympics and sports, and track and field is my thing. Listen, from Sha'Carri
Black is
Richardson
everywhere
to
in there too.
Simone Biles, Simone Manuel, and Gabby Thomas, who's my new girl crush. Like, she killed the 200-meter run, and she second fastest time in history behind FloJo. This girl is in getting her master's degree in epidemiology, and she's just killing it. Listen, Black girl magic at this Olympics. We already do kill it at the Olympics, but we got a little extra something this year. What y'all think? Y'all
Okay,
see
but
any?
wait. You know who you forgot about though? You forgot about the shot put girl with the green hair.
They call her the Hulk, the
Yeah,
female Hulk.
I think she was on there. She
Baby,
bad. She
honey,
bad to the bone.
bad. She
I
bad
meant-
to the bone. But you
I
know
meant
what?
to
I
post
think
them.
all of them are making up for the time that they got skipped over, so they got extra on it.
I know Sha'Carri Richardson, the one with the orange hair. That's the one that she went up in the stands and got her just fell off in her grandmama's arms. Like, I did this for my mama. You know what I mean? Like, that touched me. Like, I was like,
that
I'm
was
just a
so
girl, baby.
sweet. I know, and I love her. And then there were some people that were like being haters that were like, "Oh, I think she's doing too much." It's like, no, honey, let
Shut
that
up.
girl live and enjoy this moment. Okay?
Had that been a
She
man-
is going to be exactly. Had it been a man,
Had that been a
But
man,
that
he
girl
wouldn't have been
right
doing
there,
too much.
She gonna be the next FloJo, y'all. That
Her
girl
mom
is
just
amazing.
passed a week before the
Yep.
trial.
Yes.
Yeah, she emotional. She's like, wow, I'm doing this for you. I wish you were here. I mean, she had mixed emotions probably, and happy and joyful. Just let a person live. Let them go through what they gotta go through.
Okay, Claudia, I know you need to jump in, but I just gotta say Simone Biles is sticking moves like no other.
They call that girl the GOAT.
Over the balance beam, she's doing triples. They was doing doubles, she's doing triples. She said, "Oh no, before I retire, you don't know."
I was watching her beat, and she fell off the beam, and she lost the whole point, and still beat everybody.
And still beat everybody. No way.
Won't he do it?
And I know we're celebrating Allison Felix. That's my girl, friend of mine.
Oh, I
she
love
is
her
making her
too.
5th Olympics, so that is unheard of. And also,
and they brought the babies on the
so
track.
cute.
It was so cute.
I know we're celebrating the ladies, but this is newsworthy, and then we're gonna move on.
Okay.
17-year-old Arian Knighton, 17-year-old boy. He got 3rd place in the 200 meters. He beat Usain Bolt's under 20-year-old record. Like when Usain Bolt was under 20. This kid is 17 years old, running with grown ass men, and he is going to the Olympics. I am so proud of our people. I'm so proud of team.
Let's
they had some extra time to rehearse. They had some extra time to practice and train because of this COVID. So they got an extra year of preparation. Man, what an extra year can do, child.
And we're going to be cheering y'all on. Go for gold, babies. Go get it.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, I love the Olympics. It's too fun.
One person we won't be cheering on at the Olympics is our girl, Serena Williams. She said she's not participating in the Olympics this year. In a recent interview, she said, I'm actually not on the Olympics list. Not that I'm aware of. And if so, then I shouldn't be on it. She said there's a lot of reasons why that made me, not want to do this. And I don't feel like going into it today, maybe another day. Sorry. What do you think she's going through? I know there's been a lot of talk about mental health in the tennis world, especially with her and Naomi. So what do you think it is?
I don't think it's anything other than the fact that, hey, I'm a mom.
Yeah.
And I've been to the Olympics 17,000 times, I guess. This girl has been the GOAT. And at this stage in the game, I think Serena's going to be 40 this year. So at the end of the day, it's like she out here like Rihanna and Beyonce. Look, we did our thing. We good. We got 1 million awards. We want to raise our children. You know what I'm saying? And Rihanna's baby is her career. Rihanna's baby is Fenty. So they're like, yo, I don't have to get all the awards. I don't have to be at all the events. I want to be a mom and hey, I want to chill.
And I think that Serena should also be comfortable with all of the awards and everything. And, they keep trying to make her chase after this title to be the this, and that. Baby, you done it. You done. If you want to sit back and hang out with your husband and your beautiful daughter. I saw a video of her the other day teaching her little daughter the backhand and this and that. She's like, missed it by that much. And she looked so happy. Her businesses are flourishing. She's doing great. Just enjoy life.
Possibly see the business and the politics of it. And when you've accomplished what she's accomplished thus far, she don't have to prove anything to anybody anymore.
She good.
Know who she is.
She good. She's like, y'all got it.
And plus at 40 something, let me tell you something. I used to run track. I went and tried to go jog the other day and I was running at a very slow pace. My other hip hurts now. So you just get aches and pains in your 40s that just weren't there in your 20s and 30s. So let the young ones have it. Enjoy your success and your records and your accolades. You are in the history book, Serena Williams. You and your
Very
sister.
proud of you. Very proud of her.
Okay, somebody who we're not proud of is that raggedy ass Derek Chauvin. He was sentenced to 22 and a half years for the killing, the cold-blooded murder of George Floyd. There's been mixed emotions about his sentencing, especially from Miss Tina Lawson. Miss Tina said, very disappointing. My godson was sentenced to 22 years for 2 ounces of marijuana, and he's been jailed for 11 years. This man was convicted of 3 charges for murdering a man on TV before the world and will only serve 15. The system has to change. Miss Tina, you have told no lies. Ladies,
none whatsoever.
Agreed. Agreed. But can I tell you more than anything else was to hear the judge say that you are sentenced to 270 months. First of all, I had to do the calculation on that. I was like, okay, 270 months, how much time is that? Okay,
that's about 12.
You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie. But I was like, oh, that's a whole bunch of time. No, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh, that's a whole bunch of time. No. But just it sent a powerful message that, you know, now that police, when they wrongfully kill African-American men, that they're not going to get a slap on the wrist. So, you know, it's tough because, you know, they were like, oh, he should have threw the book at him and gave him a minimum of 30, you know, that would have been harsher sentence. But, you know, I doubt if this guy's going to even survive.
For a cop that is throwing the book at him, for a cop, we have to think about the times the cops usually get nothing. So for a cop to get this much, even if it's 10 years, that is amazing these days. And I know I shouldn't be settling. I'm not settling. But let me tell you, it's going to be a hard 10, 15, 17 years. And that booty going to be hurt.
I believe what makes it crazy. What makes it worse is like when my father was murdered, you know, the lady that killed him, she got 28 years. And for me, I felt like, why not? You took her life, why not take her life? You know what I mean? I felt like life for life, you know what I mean? But what makes it worse is that we do have people out there to do lesser crimes like drugs or selling of cocaine, and they can get life or they can get something for 50 years or whatever. And you really can get less than that for killing and taking someone's life. When you have that to think about, you like throw the book at him. And that's, I think, that people are thinking about. It's like, that ain't enough.
Our justice system is so ridiculous. Like it's like, okay, if you have the money, you're not going to spend the time in jail. And there's so many different factors that go into it. It's such BS. And that's why we need a whole complete reform of the justice system. It's terrible.
And those are the facts. And I think that, you know, when people talk about how, you know, the system is jammed up, you know, that it's not right, that it needs to be changed. And then there are people that say, no, it's not. It's not as bad as it is, not as bad as you think and bad as it seems. Well, this is what we're talking about. Okay, so when you hear people say stuff like, no, it's not, the judicial system has gotten better, and there is no underlying racism, there's no systemic racism. Well, hello, this is an example of systemic racism. You know, I just wonder if Derek Chauvin was a Black man, if he was a Black police officer, do you think that the situation would have been the same if that police officer was a woman? I mean, Botham John, she just came in and shot in the dark, you know, on an accident, got 10 years. So he's only going to serve 15. And he put his knee intentionally on the neck of a man for 9 minutes while being pleaded with to get off of him, and still on live TV in front of everybody to see, and still got the minimum sentence. So it just looks weird. And just like Tina said, her godson only got 22 years for possession of marijuana and had already served 11 years. So that was what she was saying, like, yo, like this dude killed a whole man. And then my godson only had marijuana possession, which is now legal.
Right.
And, you know, so how does that,
well, I mean, it's not even covert. Go ahead. Oh,
I would say that there was two things that really stood out to me at the sentencing. Was his mama that got up there and was like, son, you innocent, you didn't do nothing wrong. She had absolutely no sympathy. Oh, the mother got up and I think she was probably the only person that read a statement for him or got up and spoke for him. And baby, on Twitter, child, they was killing this poor woman because she accepted no respect. He's not racist. You're innocent. She had absolutely no sympathy for George Floyd, his family, what they went through at all. It was, and I get it, mother's love. Yeah, get it. But baby, that's where you literally went. That's where it started from. And then she gonna say he was her favorite son.
Oh my God! Today,
well, if that was a favorite, I hate to see what other white trash the rest of the kids were, because he was straight up trash and the mom is straight up trash, and we gotta go to break.
He gonna get up and say something and go, okay, condolences to the Floyd family, and it's gonna come out in time that something gonna come out that's gonna give y'all peace. What?
Oh, is he gonna come back to life? Then it's not gonna give us peace.
Come on, bro. Get up, sit down. Go to jail. Straight to jail.
Oh, I'm gonna be going to jail if I don't take us to break right now. So we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be back with more. We'll be back with more Cocktails of Queens when we return. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back and we have a treat for you. Tonight, we are celebrating Black Music Month with Grammy Award-winning recording artist, songwriter, actor, activist, and legend. Please welcome the one, the only, Miss Stephanie Mills.
Yay!
Ladies, hello. Hello. I'm happy to be here with you. I've been
How are
watching
you-
the show and listening to you guys.
How are you feeling tonight, Miss Mills? How are you? And thank you for being here.
Don't call me Stephanie. I'm good. I am good. I feel good. I feel good.
Okay, well,
Okay, all right. You know,
Okay,
we trying to get it. We
hold
trying to-
on.
Yeah, you know, we
I
are
mean, I
not
just
going
had,
to
you
so
know.
Stephanie and try them vocals. I can tell you that much. I feel good.
Come on.
I feel good all over. Yes.
Come on with
I
it.
caught that.
well, you know what? Since I can call you Stephanie, let's just jump right into it. What is Black Music Month? What does that mean to you?
It used to mean a lot. I mean,
Mhm.
I think that our R&B music has been watered down, and they only
Mhm.
when it's coming from a pop person. But I think that we have to, like Prince said, we have to really bring R&B music back because it's the foundation of everything. It's the beginning of everything. Bits and pieces of up in rock and roll, blues, reggae, everything. So I think we have to really, really bring R&B back. That's why I recorded a single and used live musicians and live everything. No stems, none of that. You know,
Mm.
I don't even use it in my show. I don't use stems or my own backgrounds on my show. My background singers are really singing.
I know that's right.
That's right.
That's the era that you come from because we know you all to be that. You direct your own band members, you break it down, and you have them breaks and stops when you want to. That vocal is there. Ain't no recording, ain't no lip singing, ain't none of that. My mama used to listen to all of you all back in the day, and I would clean the entire house to some I learned to respect
Come on.
the
The
power
power of love.
That's one
Okay.
of my favorite. That's one of my favorite songs, and that was written by Angela Winbush, one of my good girlfriends.
Oh, I love Angela Winbush. I love her.
That's my godmother. That's my girl there.
Oh, I love her.
Miss
Yeah.
Stephanie, speaking of Black music, R&B, you know, we have spoken about Black music and our music in depth and the disadvantage and the inadequacies that come with it, especially right now. But I just saw the recent interview that you did with Charlamagne the God on Breakfast Club, and you talked about African-American platforms not supporting us, not supporting some artists, but mainly, well, specifically yourself. Here at Fox Soul, obviously, we're a Black platform that love you and support you. But
Absolutely.
there are other Black platforms that you stated do not. And why do you think that is? And what do you think needs to happen for these other African-American platforms to do better in embracing more of their artists?
Well, I've always been an artist that didn't conform. I never really did what they wanted me to do. I was outspoken even back in the day. So I think they always viewed me as a problem, and I didn't care. Because I'm a professional and I would show up to do my job, but I wasn't gonna
Yes.
do anything to be famous. I wasn't gonna sell myself out. I wasn't gonna sing a little less, which I was told to do. You sing a little less, you have soul in your voice. We're gonna take some of the R&B out of your voice. And I was like, no, that's
Whoa.
why I sing
Wow.
my soul. So I think that's why. And then us, you know how we are as Black people, and this is really just God's honest truth. If we get a position and we're president of something, we so into being president of that we don't honor ourselves. And we are the only race that really don't stick together.
Yes.
We put each other down more than we build each other up.
Yes.
Back in the day when Patty and all of us were on, we really respected and loved each other and would come out and see each other perform. But as our industry became more producer driven and not talent driven, it changed.
Facts.
You know, Stephanie, we could talk about your amazing career for days. I mean, you've done Broadway, you sang with the best of the best. But let's talk about what's going on now. So you released a song on Juneteenth,
Yes.
and it's called "Let's Do the Right Thing." What was your inspiration behind that?
Well, I had vowed never to go back in the studio because I really I love live performance, but I didn't think that I was going to be able to find a producer or write with somebody that would just give me beats. I wanted live music, live piano. And then you look in your backyard, and I had Marcus who plays keyboards for me and has been with me for like 2 years. And now he's my MD. And we wrote a song, but what happened was Charles Randolph Wright, who's a brilliant director, called me and wanted to use one of my songs in a TV show he was doing. And they didn't use it. So I wrote another verse to it and made it more urban for me. And I wanted to put it out because of all the things that we've been through. We've really been traumatized.
Yes,
We
amen.
have been traumatized with the last president and now the pandemic and having to stay in home. We've been traumatized. So I really wanted to write a song for us, for the Black community, to show that we need to come together. Let's sit down and talk. All the people that have these huge platforms come together and talk and help ourselves, not look for white people to help us. Why do we always have to, why do we think that being pop is better than being R&B?
Well, I absolutely love the title of the song. Let's do the right thing. Let's do the right thing. It's a statement. It's a message. It's a question. It's all of that. Oh, we also have a clip of the video. Can we see that? Let's take a look at that.
Okay.
Check it out.
Let's do the right thing. Yeah. We all win in the end. Oh yeah. Let's do the right thing. Yeah. We all win in the end.
You look good, girl.
I know, girl. Stephanie was like, pow, pow, pow.
But the voice does not change. It's timeless. It doesn't falter. That voice is bananas. It's crazy.
Look like her because y'all sang. I mean,
I wish I aspire to be like her. She is that, like Claudia said.
Your voice is so good. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just saying it's so unique and so smooth and so buttery and so man, I got
because
this old raspy, dusty voice.
And they were respectful back then. And there was feeling and emotion in the music back then. They talked about, and not to, the people now, they talk about what's going on in their life and where they come from the hood and they shoot them up, bang, bang, and all this old stuff. But you guys talked about love and about family and about real feelings and something that you can feel. You know what I mean?
But that doesn't make people go to jail.
Okay.
Doesn't make people go out and kill anybody or and the black on black crime really has to stop. We have to stop killing each other.
Agree.
We really, really, really do. That bothers me, because I'm raising a special needs child. He's 20 now. And he travels with me. I take him everywhere with me because I don't trust anybody. I would be in jail if somebody hurt my child.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
I would just be in jail.
That is amazing. On top of all you do, being such a great and dedicated and protective mom. And it sucks that you mothers of Black sons have to have this added pressure. It's just not fair that you can't enjoy it as I don't know, just less stress, I guess. It's just like an extra layer on top of everything. But before we let you go, there's a rumor going around, okay, that you and Chaka Khan are in talks to do a Verzuz. Can you confirm right here on Cocktails with Queens if this is true or if you're open or not to do it? Because we would like to get that exclusive right now.
We will not be doing Verzuz.
Oh.
We were in talk to do Verzuz and they decided to go another way. They were not interested in Chaka and I doing Verzuz.
That is outrageous.
So
my God. When I tell you that would have been the throwback singing diva concert of all
maybe
time.
they just want to put you with somebody else. I don't know. Maybe that's it.
I know because, the only person I would really do it with is Chaka because I love Chaka. We come from the same place. Chaka and I are
Oh my
basic,
God, that would have been
but
an
they
old
were.
school throwdown.
But the amount of hits that you have
Exactly.
are insurmountable. And some of the people that they've had on there don't hold a candle to the two of you.
But
So how about
But today,
So
today's people don't really respect the R&B people from back in the day. They really have no respect for that.
So what we're
That's
gonna
one
do
on
here at
mine.
Cocktails, what we're gonna do here at Cocktails with Queens, before we let you go real quick, everybody that watches this show, repost it on all the blogs and tell all your friends. You guys need to write at Verzuz on social media and demand this matchup. Stephanie Mills and Chaka Khan. Actually, it's not a matchup. It's a celebration of both of these legends.
absolutely.
That's what the
Really a
people want. So
Yeah.
we wait in Verzuz. You have
Yep,
24
yeah.
hours to respond.
Listen, that part in my Vivica voice. Okay.
Stephanie, what can your fans expect from you next until we get that Verzuz confirmation, which I do believe will be coming through in the next couple of months?
Oh my goodness. I have another single coming out most of my singles are going to be coming out on historical Black events. My next single
Mm.
is out in August for the anniversary of the March on Washington. And it's called
beautiful.
Change.
Well, we
Come on, singing.
will be supporting everything you do, and we are so happy you took the time to come hang out with the queens, because you are the queen. So we would like to thank Stephanie Mills for joining us tonight. Be sure to follow her on social media and look out for her latest projects. And also, like I said, at Verzuz, and let them know how you feel. We're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back. And once again,
I love you guys. Stay
Love
safe.
you.
Too. Thank you.
okay, that was amazing. Shout out to Miss Stephanie Mills and
Yes.
Verzuz. Come on now, Verzuz.
I'm through.
Okay.
Come on, us 70s and 80s and 60s and 90s babies. We want to see that. So,
That's
anyways, okay, now, soulmates, we're introducing a new segment that will allow us to dive deeper into our personal lives, relationships, and our perspectives on things like outside of celebrity news. And we're going to try to get through roadblocks in our lives. So I'd like to welcome everyone to our queendom. Tonight's topic is friendship, and what is a deal breaker when one friend is no longer friends with someone in the group? I have been in this situation many times, and I still don't really know how to handle it. So let's talk about how you handle it, and does your decision define your loyalty as a friend? Ladies, who wants to take this first?
I think that's kind of hard because it forces you to have to listen to both sides because you want to be fair, but yet you don't want to make the judgment call at the same time. And then sometimes you just don't want to be involved that deep, you know what I mean? So you kind of like run for cover. I think that it's on a as happened basis. You know what I mean?
But there is a beautiful word that's called loyalty.
Mhm.
And, one has to realize that in being loyal to a friendship, friendships have to be, the older I've gotten, reciprocal relationships. And so for me, loyalty is vital to me. It's not being stuck in the middle or whatever it is. It's being loyal. You have to realize who's good to you, who's looked out for you, and stick that path. If there's somebody that's got a whole lot of drama and all of that old craziness going on, there comes a time in life that I call it seasons of shedding. And you don't have to wish ill on a person. You can always love them, but it doesn't mean that they're always going to be your center of your friendship.
What do you do when, like, say you're real close with someone and then like there's someone that you like, right? And your close friend don't rock with them anymore, but the other person did nothing. Like, how do y'all handle that? Because that's happened to me. I'm sure it's happened to all of us. Listen, we of a certain age, we done been through some things with our friends. You know what I'm saying? I think character things, there's mistakes and there's character flaws. I think if someone has a character flaw and they're a raggedy person and you still rock with them, like, well, why don't you not like that anymore? Why are you still cool with that?
Especially if they're a liar.
And then sometimes that way that person treat that friend is not the way that they treat you, because I'm a firm believer that you teach people how to deal with you and how to respect you. Like, there's certain things that I can get down with when you having an argument. Ain't nobody having a nice argument. You know what I'm saying? You're going to hit below the belt. I get that. Take your cool off time or whatever. But then when you keep coming to me a certain kind of way, then I'm like, absolutely. who do you think you are? That then reacts and ignites something else. And then you got to remember, well, wait a minute. We women, we queens, we mature, we friends. What is it that we're talking about? And you got to be able to set the boundaries for that. You know what I mean? And everything I feel that happens, there's a lesson in that. Because I will definitely say this. When what happened with my sister, you guys were really like, oh, okay. And Vivica, I remember waking up that morning and you said, hold on. She may not even know how to come to you now. Cool off. Call her. You are the big sister. And at first I was like, because I was still in my feelings. But I got there and sat down on that beach and that started reflecting. And I was just like, you're right. I am the older one and she might not. And even if I wasn't, and even if I was still in my feelings, somebody got to break the chain. You know what I mean? And my ego was not in the way enough to make me say, well, it ain't gonna be me. That cannot be it, especially when you have history with someone and then there's love there. You know, everybody don't always get it right. Everybody ain't always gonna deal with it the same way. Claudia, you and I have had a mutual friend that you're friends with. You know what I'm saying? You, yeah. Vivica, you and I as well. You know what I mean? And it kind of is a sticky situation. And like you said, Claudia, sometimes you don't really know how to deal with it. Because I'm a stick and move kind of girl. You know what I mean? I don't really hang with too many people all the time anyway. You know what I mean? I kind of get in and get out. If it get too much, then it's too heavy. You know what I mean? And it becomes like, oh, this is not what it was meant to be. You know what I mean? But some things come out of that because you got to be careful too where you get the information from. Because one friend can be mad enough to be like a tattletale. You know what I mean? Well, she ain't your friend and let me show you. And you got to look at those receipts. I don't allow that. I don't allow one friend to tell me about the other friend or one friend to tell me about the other one. Because if you listen to that, you will start judging. And I don't want to do that. I don't want anybody else to mess up my friendship with this one because you finally now want to tell me something about what she said. I don't really do that. You know what I mean? I try to go for the underdog all the time. What's the real point?
And why do you go for the underdog? Why?
I think because I've been that and I've been misconstrued and misunderstood a lot. So it takes more commentary and more talk about or expressing yourself about what you meant or what you left out or what you need to add or whatever.
Have you ever thought why the underdog is the underdog? Because they done done some dog ass shit.
Absolutely. But you got to listen to it too. You got to listen to it both ways. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to be dismissive on something that you didn't know what's going on. A form, or at least an opinion about it. You know what I mean? You don't want to make a final on it. So that's how I feel like who has that answer? Like, tell me too, because I haven't figured it out either. I haven't really been in that situation a lot in the past. I have before, and it kind of dissipated or whatever. But I don't know how to answer it.
Selena, you want to say something, Selena?
In my opinion, because I've gone through this. I went through this real good, especially when I was on R&B Divas. I went through this up and down, sad to sad. But one of the things that I have learned about effective, solid relationships is that it has to have consistent communication, right? It has to have consistent communication. So if it were me, and this is just how Selena would deal with things, the type of friend that I am is very, very honest. A lot of times my friends don't really want to hear my honesty. A lot of times they do. Sometimes they'll ask for it. Sometimes, because I pay attention to my friends, I can determine how to give that honesty. You don't always got to do this with somebody. Sometimes you got to kind of slide in. Sometimes you can do this to certain friends because they're a little tougher. But if I had two friends and let's say it's three of us, right? And two of them were at odds and one of them was right about the bullshit that the other one did. First of all, no one wants to be in the middle of that, right? That's
Selena. I'm in the middle of getting cussed out. Hold that thought. We're not gonna do no hot topics. We're gonna finish this the rest of the show.
Okay.
We're gonna come right back to you. Welcome back to Cocktails with Queens. We are talking about friendships when you are in a group of friends and friends fall out, and loyalty, because loyalty is super important. And everyone wants to know that their friend has their back in the middle of the.
So yes. So like I was saying before, and I'll just make it a cliff note. Basically, if it's three of us and one of my friends does something really bogus to the other one of my friends, I would have to say to the friend that fucked up, I would have to say, girl, you bogus for that. You need to go talk to to such and such and fix that. Like, you have to make people accountable. You have to say, yo, I do agree with her. You out of control. Now, it doesn't mean I love you any less. Doesn't mean I love her anymore, but it does mean that you're wrong. You need to fix that. And why would you create an environment for all of us to be uncomfortable? And you know that shit was fucked up. So that's actually, you are kind of out of control. Now, I'm not going to talk about her to you. You don't talk about her to me. I'm out of it until you get it together. But if you keep turning up and keep messing up, I'm not going to be able to mess with you either, because to her, you would do it to me. You know what I'm saying? So that is where that loyalty piece comes in. Like, who is this person loyal to? You know, the person that fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And like, is it worth it to really be with a person? Like, what is the worth in it if you know that the person is kind of dangerous? And you know, for the other person, they shouldn't be as mad. They should just take it as a grain of salt. Like, yo, if that other person gonna keep doing that, listen, it's cool. We grown-ups, but
communication is real. You gotta listen.
Sometimes you get tired of communicating.
But you just have to say, yo, we're grown-ups, and we you know, 600,000 people died of COVID. Ain't nothing that damn serious. So we can move on. But at the end of the day, now you know how to move, because now people have shown you.
And a really good friend can navigate between the two and still show loyalty to both sides. It's hard, but that's what makes a really good friend. Ladies, this is honest. This is something that we can have several. Thank you for your all your thoughts on this. Listen, I know we've all been through this, through it, going through it now, been through it in the past, probably will go through it in the future. Yeah. And this was a respectful conversation. And I feel like
lessons learned, you know, on how to deal with things, you know, deal with things a little different than what we do, have a reason to step up and deal with. I know me, I'll be like, you know, and then it's like, so I'm trying to grow up and glow up as well, you know.
Well, you're doing your thing, Lisa Ray. I tell you, you're doing your thing.
Yeah. I gotta go, y'all. We late. The Tammy Mac goes up next. Bye, lady. I'll see y'all next week.
See y'all next week. Bye, darlings.
I'm gonna get fired.